Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure. It's an honor, as usual, to be out here in nature and always greeting you, bringing this message of self-realization to you, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. Now, this morning, I want to respond to the last video, which I would have done concerning Abdullah, Neville, Corona, and the race game, where I was addressing what was written to me by someone who is still trapped in this body and still holding to false identity. And there was many different reactions towards what I would have said when I said that he was acting like a fool in calling me racist. Now, for those who stood with me, you would be the one who would be smiling after I finish explaining everything for you. And you would realize that there are people who think that they are woke and people who think they really understand the message of self-realization, and they want to merge it with morality, and they still want to merge it with the systematic way of thinking that was given to us. Now, first of all, there's a comment that was deleted from that same guy, where he was even saying that he doesn't even care about Abdullah. He doesn't even care about the messenger. Okay? And there must be a good reason why he had to delete that comment also. Now, there are those who say that I was angry. Now, let me just quote a scripture for you to show you something, and then I'll speak about Abdullah and Neville Goddard and show you where they express their feelings also in what some might term as anger. Now, the Bible says in Deuteronomy 30-39 that I am God and there's no other. He said, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, and there's no other. Also, in Isaiah 45, verses 5-7, he said, I am God and there's no other. He said, I create the darkness and I create the light. I create good and create evil. Also, it is said, I think it's in Joel, either Joel or Amos 3:6, where it says, can evil be done in a city and God haven't done it? Now, my brother and my sister, some people speak about polarity and la polarity. If you're going to have light, you're going to have darkness. If you're going to see someone who's cool and calm and collective, don't think that that person doesn't have another side. You understand? Now, let me say this. Right now, me speaking to you, and all the videos you've been looking at all the time, you've been seeing the lamb side of me. Okay? I have a lamb side and a lion side. And I don't hide behind my lamb side. When it's time for me to roar, I would roar. And when the lion side of me come out, you wouldn't like to see the lion side. When I call that guy a fool, I was still in that lamb anointing. You would like to see the lion anointing. Okay? Now, let me just go on to show you something with Neville and Abdullah also, because the people make a lot of comment. Maybe I have to say, maybe they may have never listened to those videos. Okay, let me deal with Abdullah first. Abdullah was very angry with Neville when he still had the third class mentality and still believed that he was going to travel to Barbados by way of third class on the ship. Abdullah turned his back on him and he slammed the door on him, and Neville even say Abdullah thought in a way that he interpreted as being rude. Okay, so Abdullah used to express his disgust. You could call it anger or his displeasure. If you feel displeased about something, don't hold it inside of you. Get it out. Okay? Also, I'm just giving you these few. Okay? Neville seems like he used to be in California a lot, and then he went to New York, and the dress code was like different when he went to restaurant, and he went to this restaurant where he was wearing a shirt and a tie and a jacket and just a shirt, and the button was open, and the host said to him, "Button up." And Neville was very much pissed about it. He was angry about it and even criticized the guy's accent. And then Neville turned around and said, well, okay, I can't really even criticize his accent because his heavy accent, because I myself have an accent too, because Neville grew up in the islands just like myself. Okay? And then Neville wanted was to satisfy his anger. If you want to say anger, let me put it that way, because you told what me expressing myself as anger. He said to him, I don't want the regular breakfast, I want clams. And when he brought it for him, Neville found that he was taking very long. Okay, so you could have seen that there was, a little thing between both of them. And then Neville said to him, and when you listen to Neville, he didn't give you the impression that he was speaking to him in a nice way. Where you going to tell him, this is not charity. Go get me some Tabasco sauce and some relish and these other things. So, those who've been, rattling off and saying all what they were saying and say, okay, I'm not going to follow him. And let me say this to you. I am not a T.D. Jakes. I am not a Creflo Dollar. I'm not a pastor. Let me tell you this. I don't look up to no one and I don't look down on anyone. I see everyone the same and I treat everyone the same. And I've been always saying, and I have other channel, okay? And I even have a channel where I display the lion side of me, okay? And what people refer to as dirty word, curse word, bad words, no, those are my favorite words. They are empowering words. So I'm not here trying to present a holy man image. That's not me, okay? I'm radical as radical could be, okay? So I want to get that across to you. I've never been a people pleaser. I've never been a person to kiss ass. I've never bowed to anyone. I've never been any of that. Okay? So, you see me doing Abdullah Neville channel, this channel. This is the lamb side of me. Okay? Now, let me say this. For those who commented and speak about Malcolm and Martin, as in Martin Luther King and Malcolm, I have a little story for you, and you're gonna laugh when you hear this story. And for those who think I got angry, I'm gonna share some little bit of story with you, with experience I would have had with people of a different complexion. Okay, and I grew up in a predominantly black country. This is a black country. I'm living here, and my first experience with people of other complexion and how they see black people and so on, different to what I was taught in school. Okay, the little Columbus lies and all of that, and we go in slavery and all of those kind of thing that they try to get in a subconscious mind so early, along with their Jesus story and so on, right? Was at a resort called Bukumembe Resort, and I wrote a book called Bukumembe Resort and the Messenger. Soon I have to go on it and do a little bit more grammatical correction, okay? But I wanted to get a point across to our people. Now, there was where first I realized how people see melanated people and how they treat them and so on, and how our people think, and how many of our people still have this slavish mentality and they will just lie down and let anyone walk over them. So even melanated people who come on and was making comment, I could understand those people. I even had someone who's supposed to be melanated and who claimed to be conscious who traveled from so many miles away, come to my home and wanted me to change what I would have written in my book called The Black Mystic from Ethiopia. And that person was telling me that it was too radical and that white people was not going to support the book. Like I am depending on white people to support my book and to support my work. I don't live like that. You understand? I don't vibe like that. I live in a country where you can get anything to eat from the earth. Mangoes. As a matter of fact, I just had a mango. I just had a banana. You can go in the earth and you can dig wild yam. There's always food to eat. It's just that the people, they have colonial mentality. You see? And I have all of this nature here. I'm just enjoying everything. I was speaking to a brother who live in a what they refer to as a first world country. Okay? One of those thickly populated in America. Okay, let me just cut to the chase there. And he was asking me if I have to leave, if I have a choice to leave down here or to come to live. I said, no, I'm staying down here. I love places like this, where everything is not too fast and so on, and less pollution. The only pollution is from the exhaust from the vehicle. Okay, but let me go on to what I want to say. As I said before in the video, I can carry right now. And if people want me to go and do a vlog, you know, and tape where these two white guys actually living in my country, where one got angry with me when I say, I am God, who are you? And he had to, because I get so much on his ego, he had to tell me to, the truth. Okay, because I knew that they was playing a game on the people. Okay, that he's God. Yet he's going around telling the people in my country to believe in Joseph Smith. And then they have written on their clothes, the last testament of Jesus Christ, and telling them about the last testament of Jesus Christ. But I want to give you a story. One day, while I was coming into this kind of consciousness and really realized what would have done to a people, you understand, because of the color of the skin, not by the cruel physical slavery, not that, but the mental one, and how the Bible is really interpreted to them, and so on. And me having had the experience of the birth from the skull, and realize this whole Jesus Mary story is bullshit. That's why my toilet paper named Jesus. Okay? So if people think I'm right, what I was saying, they get offended. Maybe if you're sensitive, you can get offended. Okay? One time, I felt so inspired, and I was walking across this massive Mormon church they have in my country. And everybody was on the outside, and I went up there and asked, who's the elder here? They said everyone was the elder. So I just asked, I just want to ask a simple question. I just asked, I said, why do you think that the people down in these parts, like in my country, why they need to know about this Jesus you're talking about? When this Jesus is not even real, it's an idol, and why you all insist on bringing an idol and introduce an idol to our people and to keep our people blind. Okay? To cut a long story short, there was a lot of black people that was there also. And so one of these same people, he went behind the other guy and called me nigger. Okay? And I laughed him to scorn. Okay? I said, you're not going to steal my energy. Just like how this guy who made the comment didn't steal my energy either. Okay? But I wanted to express myself and get something across to the people who've been listening to me. You understand? So no person going to come on later on and accuse me in any way. So I make myself straight. So if a person come to my video, they have a choice if they want to listen or if they don't want to listen. There's so many people teaching about Neville. They're not speaking about Abdullah, they're teaching about Neville. They can go and listen to them. There's so many people who have taught for so many years about Neville and they never mention anything about Abdullah. You can go listen to them. Okay? Everybody have to big up their ancestors. Okay? When people of other complexion get around their table and they get with their loved ones, just be talking about ancestors. We just be having cookout and eating a bunch of barbecue and all that and not even talking about our ancestors. So why shouldn't I talk about our ancestors, okay? Now, so let me go on. So when I went over there and began to speak to them and the guy called me nigger and I laugh him to scorn. I look at him and say, you look kind of mixed. You're Filipino? The others, they nod their head to say, yeah, he was a Filipino. I say, you're president killing your people over there like flies. And the white men, they laugh. They are above the head and they laugh, kind of laugh. But I say, anyway, you see those guys that look like me up there, and I say I recognize one of them there, he's a policeman, he knows me. When I used to work at the post office, I say you can call them nigger, they will get offended. I won't get offended, because what you trying to do can't work on me. And then you know what these people turn around, these white people turn around and tell me, one of them asks me, what about what do I think of Martin Luther King? I say he's a sellout. Okay, so the guy was commenting and talking about he's a Malcolm. Man, look, you didn't even know anything about this conversation. You're saying it. You're a Malcolm. You're not a Luther. You're not Martin Luther King. You're not pointing your people up to no sky. Okay? Now, so what was the reason why he asked me what I think about Martin Luther King? There must be a good reason why he was asking me that. And then while I was there, I was looking at them, and there was two particular guys there that my spirit was telling me those are the ones. Those are the weakest link. You will get to them. And while I was speaking, I purpose in my heart that I would meet those two weak link, and I'll get something out of them. I could have looked at their face expression and know they were feeling something from me, knowing that I was speaking the truth, and knowing that they were purposely and deliberately brainwashing our people. And so, when I was there speaking, this movie called The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel, I think, that came back to me when he was going into the cave where the witches were, and then he just opened up the wall and pull out this one witch and beat him until he tell him where the rest was. And they asked him like, oh you know, and so on. And he said, that's the weakest link. They always have a weakest link. And you know, my brother and my sisters, that night when I go to bed to sleep, these people, they check me out in the gym hall, okay? But the next morning, while I was walking, I meet the same two guys, the same two white guys. And I said to them, I said, excuse me, please. I say, can you tell me of one thing about Jesus that doesn't pertain also to the S-U-N, the Son that is right up there? They said to me, but we know, we also believe that Jesus is just a representation of the Son. I say, okay, thank you all very much. You have a good day. And I walk off and I leave them. So that's two. There's the other two that I had conversation with where the one tell me he's God because I play on his ego. So deliberately he's teaching our people to believe in an idol. He's doing it deliberately. Let me give you one more, okay? One time I was walking in an area where there's this guy, man, he always go very good, but he still believe in secular Christianity, and he would not let go of Christianity and let go of Jesus. And I saw two Mormons standing in his yard. So I said, I see you have some Mormons in your yard, man. So one of them said, no, they're not Mormon. I said, what do you mean you're not Mormon? Of course you all are Mormons. He said, no, we are the Second Testament of Jesus Christ. So the guy looked and asked him, so what is that blue book you have in your hand? But look, that blue book in your hand says, Mormons? He said, no, he's still saying that he's not Mormon. So he said, why are you lying to the brother? So he invited me to come. He opened the gate. He told me, open the gate and come in, come in. So I went in and we began to speak and so on. And I was trying to tell him, look, these people study we and they come down here to deliberately deceive you. Maybe he think, well, you can't read or you're illiterate because look, the book that says Mormons and the book of Mormons, and he's telling you there's the last testament of Jesus Christ. I say, look, he only using Jesus to brainwash you. And you know, my brother was so brainwashed and so deceived that my brother was actually start opposing me when I talk about Jesus, even though he would have seen this guy lying before his face. And then I start to expose them, and this black brother is saying that he has so much of love that he can hug them. He could do that. I say, no. I say, I am different. I have nothing against it, but genuine love is corrective. I say, if I love someone, I would correct them. I say, if you have a son or a daughter and you see them standing in the road and you see a big truck coming, you're not going to say, John, could you just please come out of the road? You're not going to say that. You're going to scream at John. You understand? To get John out of the road. And there was he fooling himself. And I said to him, my brother, that is what they want. They want to have us divided. They want to have us arguing with one another. Just like I see so much people arguing with one another. And it, you know, the melanated people who say all of these things and they don't understand, they don't know what went on. The guy removed the other comment. You understand? I know he's a troll. I know all of that. But I want us to set one thing clear and one thing straight on my channel. You understand? It's not like if he comment again, I was going to answer him. As a matter of fact, I could have done delete that comment, because sometimes when negative people come on, I will delete the comment and so on. So I can go on and on and on and show you that I don't walk around with anger, except that I am angry that people could be so blind to the lie that was taught to them. So that anger of which I now say I have is a passion to see people being set free, So I using the word anger because when a man show passion, you are interpreting it as anger. Okay, so if you want to interpret my passion as anger, I don't give a damn. You catch what I'm saying? Every one of us have some sort of if you want to say anger, okay, every one of us does be disgust about certain things. You understand? And all these people talking about being woke and ascending and this and that. My brother and my sister, when you come to true ascension, you will understand what Abdullah told Neville. When you go to Barbados, you're going to do things you never do before. You're going to say things you never say before. You're going to drink. You're going to smoke. You're going to sex. You're going to curse as what they call curse. I say curse because it's not curse. The real curse is what the preachers do on the pulpit. When they bring you under doubt, shame, guilt, fear, tell you all of these lies about the devil. They tell you about hell. And they make you worship an idol and keep you in idolatry, which keep you in mediocrity, which keep you in poverty and in limitation. That is cursed because every word that is coming from my mouth is a spell. So they are bringing you under spell because they're sending out an enchantment, and that enchantment is bringing you under a curse. So that's the real dirty word. That's the real curse word. That's the real bad word. That's real profanity because they're profaning the name of God, which is I am. So that's why I have another channel where I use these words freely. So let me say this. I'm not looking for anyone to hold me up there like some pastor. I'm not, as I said before, I'm not a Joel Osteen and a T.D. Jakes and a Kenneth Copeland and I say Creferdale already. I'm not your regular pastor. I'm a different kind of man. So all of those people who make their comment, you're free to make your comment. But every one of us have a side of us that is the lamb and the side of us that is a lion. And the more awakened you become, the more you experience ascension, is the more free you become, and the more you will speak freely and use those empowering words that they tell you that they were bad words and they are curse words. So wake up. Wake up. You see, I just choose which channel I want to express myself on in that kind of way. That's why I'm not expressing myself to you in that way. You understand? Because there's something on my channel that I want families to sit and listen. You understand? So they can sit with the children and listen. And there are those I want, for adults only. So I have my dirty raw side also. So all who say I don't follow you again, I don't want those kind of people to follow me. You're easily offended. You're looking for a pastor figure or something like that. Because you see, when you look at when Jimmy Swaggart fall, all the people been following Jimmy Swaggart and building their moral base, and Jimmy Swaggart they fall too. When Eddie Long, they fall too. So you see, don't base your faith on someone else. Believe in yourself. That's why I always point people to believe in yourself, to look within yourself and to discover your identity, to be your divinity. So this whole thing about Neville, Abdullah, Corona, and race, and to see what was happening back in the time of Abdullah, is a time like now, where they are breaking the economy down to further control. The same thing is happening now. So what are you going to do? You're going to tell me I shouldn't say that? You're going to tell me I must overlook that because certain people not going to subscribe, because certain people not going to support my books? I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for the love of life, and for the love of all of humanity. I had no prior knowledge of the things that I'm speaking about now. That is why I was able to ascend so fast. There's so much people, they have so much information, and they're receiving so much information that they're looking forward so much for ascension and for awakening. And it's going to be harder and harder for them. Because many of them, they still think in the systematic way. So, all those who supported me, you are saying the right thing. You are on the right track. Nobody attack the guy who spoke about racism. Everybody speak about me saying that he act foolishly. If you have a son or a daughter and he act foolishly, you telling me you're not going to say, son, that was a foolish thing you did? Or son, I expect better of you, that was foolish? You're not going to say that? There's so many of you whom your parents would have called you those names before. And you now are saying that you woke and you are conscious. So, me correcting the guy to show him that black people can be racist. You gonna tell me I didn't act wise? Because I follow my heart? Because I follow my intuition? I'm gonna continue follow my intuition. So, with that being said, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say, have a safe day, be positive, and always remember that your imagination is what creates your reality. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.